So let's get to you, Melissa Harris. What is your business and how did you get to doing this? There's always a story.
There's always a story, and I love that because I get to dive into what everybody else's stories in every day as I'm helping coach or guide people in my industry. So I got started not because I love numbers. I actually had to repeat math multiple times in school. So I'm going to give you hope. I'm give you hope if you don't love numbers. But what got me in this industry was, I found myself managing major corporations for 25 years.
Wow.
And, that was fine. It was a great career. They paid me very well. I was working all holidays, all nights, all weekends. They were, splitting my family and I up as often as they possibly could, to run this business. But what really got me was when I had to start looking for a facility to put my mom in. So my mom had an accident at age 40 that left her paralyzed. I was only 20 years old at the time.
Oh my goodness.
I know, everybody does have a story, right? And I took her in. I raised 3 children while I was, taking care of my mom. And it wasn't until I had to start looking for nursing home care facilities and, came to find out that was going to cost anywhere between $8,000 and $10,000 a month to put her in a very basic facility.
Wow.
And it broke my heart. It broke my heart to have to make choices based on what I could or couldn't do financially, and also what I didn't know. Like a lot of people will mention a lot of times in my industry, things like, loopholes. There's loopholes. There's not loopholes, there's IRS codes, and we just don't know how to use them.
Gotta be smarter, right? Smarter.
Yeah.
Right.
The wealthy have been taught how to use those codes because they pay people to do that for them. But middle income families, they're available to them as well. They just don't know.
Wow.
They don't know how to use those. So I just learned the hard way that there were a lot of things I could have done many, many years prior to my mom passing. There were a lot of things that I could have done financially to protect that. And I did not know that. And like me, spending 25 years in corporate America, and I don't know that, how many other people don't know these things?
Right. Most people, right?
Absolutely.
So you're kind of an educator and you're...
Yes. I'm a fighter. I am a fighter.
Yes.
So I came into a male-driven world, which is fine, but I came into an industry that only sees certain licensing or certain criteria as being able to make decisions or educate people, and that's just not fact. There's a lot of us out there who are willing to put our boxing gloves on, go to bat for you, and figure things out, get in the nitty-gritty, right? The everyday trouble that is creating this stress and this, ability to feel like you can't do anything else with your situation. They get overwhelmed by that and feel paralyzed and then don't make any moves. And a lot of times they just need somebody who's relatable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
If I showed up every day in a big fancy car and a big fancy suit, I mean, you look great in your suit, but I like to be very relatable, right? So I want to be approachable by everyday people that I can help.
Yeah, so we should have started this. What's the name of your business?
Yes, so the name of my coaching business is Wealth with Mel. I also lead a women's wealth resurrection group, so we're really focused on resources and tools that women need. But I do all of my financial business through Turning Point Group.
Turning Point. Very good. So what is the most rewarding moment in these businesses where you really felt you helped someone, you met a need, and you're like, this is why I do this?
Yeah. I think for me to see somebody transition from I'm going to be working till the day that I die, or I have to stay in this job that's causing separation between me and my spouse or me and my children, and I'm never going to be able to leave that because there's nothing else that I can do about it. I need to have this job to put food on my table. I think when I see the light bulb go off that there are alternatives to what they're doing, They can look for, other means of income. They can sometimes we talk side hustles.
Yeah.
Sometimes we
All
talk
about
other
that.
things that give them the flexibility and the freedom to still be able to, be at home with their kids and be at home with their family. I feel like there's this pull right now, all across America where, I feel like we're being pushed to separate as much as we can. We're separating husband and wife, right? We've gotten into this mode where women have to go to work and women have to do, all these other things. And I'm all for the women's rights and being able to do that, but I'm all for women feeling comfortable with staying at home and raising their children
Being
as well.
proud of that, yeah.
Yes, absolutely. And stop so much of the separation into, we got to be strong and independent over here, but bringing that back into the home and teaching our children and being good wives and being good husbands and all of those things. I think that that's so important, and we've gotten away from that so much.
Yeah.